to get into the weather, Jay. Is there was a disturbance in the falls over the weekend, right?
Okay, and I'm a little bit nervous now because Landon Idlet's joining us in the Zoom room right now. And Landon, you're either wearing a sweater because it's raining so much, or because you're just Yuletide like that.
Maybe they're having the ugly sweater party over there.
That's
Yeah,
a
that's
nice sweater.
sweater.
Do not hate on the
I
sweater.
didn't. Good morning, Landon.
Okay, is that better?
There you go.
There you go.
Tis the season.
Tis the season, bah humbug. Yeah, there's...
Okay, can we say bah humbug to whatever this weather system is, or should we be getting ready?
Yeah, I'd definitely say bah humbug to the weather. Let me see if I can see outside my window. It's sloppy out there.
Yeah.
The rain's coming down. Not so much a heavy downpour, but it's definitely a moderate rainfall right now pushing over the island. So that's one of the things that we're watching out for, because we are in that wet, juicy pattern that we've been talking about for a while. And right now, some of the indications I'm seeing is not so much a heavy deluge of rain, but it's going to be wet through the day with locally heavy showers coming and going throughout the day. So that's one thing that we're watching out for. But let me turn you to my computer right quick and show you what we're looking at. This is at tropical disturbance. We were communicating heavily yesterday as this thing was evolving. This is a tropical disturbance invest area 93W by the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. That was upgraded to a high possibility for development to a tropical depression or a tropical cyclone formation alert. The good news for us is that that thing passed south of us and it's now southwest of us, moving into the Philippine Sea. So are we looking at a direct threat by a tropical depression or a tropical storm? We are not. That is not the case for us, but we are going to see the wet, windy weather through today and into tonight as the trade winds extending well to the north of that disturbance push through the Mariana Islands. And so I'm going to turn you over to our infrared satellite. We did have a Doppler radar that went down yesterday evening because of some mechanical issues, but there's Guam right there in the middle of the screen. I'm going to brighten this up. The blues and the greens, those are the colors that we want to look for heavy convection, showers, thunderstorms, heavy downpours, locally heavy rainfall. The purple colors, those are the warmer cloud tops, meaning they're lower in the atmosphere, not quite as deep with the heavy showers, the thunderstorms and stuff. So we're not seeing so much of that deep convection right over Guam, but there's a little plume coming up just west of Anderson Air Force Base. It's going to be going up into the Rota Channel this way. Once we see these deep plumes, that's when we know there's going to be the heavy rainfall potential with localized issues like ponding of water on the roads, runoff, and maybe some localized flash flooding. But right now, the possibility is on the low to medium side. So that's the good news. We are looking at about 3 to 5 inches of rainfall across Guam and the CNMI through Wednesday morning with the system. We've had around or just over an inch of rain since yesterday evening for Guam. The bigger picture, this is we're looking at. I'm going to just a little bit so you can keep an eye on Guam here. This is the larger system with that tropical disturbance center southwest of us, and I think y'all are still there. I just had a phone call come through. But this disturbance is centered somewhere on here. It's okay. It's very ragged. It's not very well developed, and that's to our advantage. But again, to the north, that's where all these trade winds are focused, and so that's what we're feeling across Guam, the CNMI. And Guam has been lucky with the rain, the windfall, or the winds so far, with the strongest winds now primarily over Saipan and Tinian, where they had a 48-mile-per-hour wind gust overnight at Wireless Ridge on Saipan. So they've had much stronger winds overnight there with lesser to us. So the yellows, those are 20 to 25 knot winds on the open water, and the reds are 25 to 30, and then 35 to 35 knots. And that's what they've been experiencing there in Saipan. So what does that mean for us locally? Well, hazardous seas and surf. That's what we're dealing with right now along north-facing reefs and east-facing reefs. So we're looking at 9 to 12-foot seas and surf along east-facing reefs. Wow. So do not go on the water. Like if you plan to hike or look at the waves at Paga Cave or Mabo Cave area, do not get on the reef. Do not get in the water because those waves will be pounding over there, and your chances of coming out in one piece are not that good. So stay out of the water. There's also a small craft advisory for hazardous seas and winds for small craft. And again, if you get caught in the rip current, standard rule of thumb, swim out of that current parallel to the shore and then come back over the reef. But when in doubt, don't go out in the first place. So stay out of the water. The tropical cyclone formation, this is the graphic from Joint Typhoon Warning Center. This is from last night with that disturbance southeast of Guam. It has now moved toward the west-northwest and is now south-southwest of Guam and still moving into the Philippine Sea. Still a disturbance, not yet a tropical depression, but we will likely see that develop as it moves farther into the Philippine Sea and stay in place somewhere to our west for a couple days. That could generate the monsoon over Palau and Yap, with windy showers for much of the week from the west. And for us, we could see the hazardous seas and surf drop down just below hazardous levels of 9 feet, but keep pretty choppy out there, especially along west-facing reefs later in the week, depending on how things evolve. So this is what we're looking at least through Tuesday, as 93W stays in our vicinity the next couple days.
All right, so long story short, this thing does have a little bit of attitude right now, may get like a tad bit angrier and everything like that, but it is going to be well southwest of us. However, tomorrow's a big day for us because it's Giving Tuesday here, so we are going to basically be all over the island. And for everybody else who's going to be out there, please be very, very safe. And by all means, do not go in the water, because Landon was really making that point. The surf is going to get something nasty.
Yeah, keep a close watch on our weather forecast on our webpage, our Facebook page for the latest conditions. Today looks like it'll be the worst of it, and then gradually improving Tuesday and then on into Tuesday night, Wednesday.
All right, man. Well, hopefully conditions are going to improve, and maybe your Christmas hat is going to say "Joy to the World" instead of "Bah Humbug." We can all
get
hope.
on my motorcycle.
Yeah,
we can hope.
You know what? If you feel stressed out, you can put up yet another Christmas tree, and you can make it like an even 15 at that point.
You know, I need more lights in here. Really.
Oh, here we go.
I just can't get enough of it. And so I just don't have time at home to put up lights, because I spend more time here. But, you know, there's always time and place for more Christmas.
You are a very, very good GPA customer, I must say.
You know, my power bill actually drops at Christmas because all my lights are predominantly LEDs.
LEDs.
So actually,
there you
save
go.
Power.
Very nice. It's smart guy and responsible guy. So Landon, man, we wish you and your team happy holidays as always. And you know, if anything happens and everything like that, we'll touch base during the day.
Thank you very much. We'll be here.
All right. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. The show again brought to you by Pacific Point, Cabo Enterprises, ITNE, and Jack in the Box. The link continues next. Good morning.
Half a day. This is Governor Lou Leon Guerrero. If you're struggling to pay rent and utilities because of the pandemic, your government can help. Our emergency rental assistance program provides